Hey, Guelph, Mayor Cam Guthrie here. It is 11 o'clock at night. We started our meeting today at 4 o'clock, a long council meeting. There was a few kind of different meetings all in one big chunk tonight. And so here we go with your What Happened at Council wrap-up video. So we started with some public appointments to our community grant allocation panel. It's where we have some funds where community can apply for some funds, but we as politicians don't make any decisions on that, so it doesn't get political. We have a allocation of that given over to a granting panel of citizens that we appoint, and they make the decisions. So we made that tonight. We also approved the Chief Administrative Officer's performance and his objectives for 2021. That will be coming in a presentation in January when we have our council meeting in January. We then had our Intergovernmental Relations Strategic Framework and Advocacy Plan for 2021, also unanimously approved by council. A little bit of an addition of making sure that the protection of our water was highlighted. We're already doing that, but it was highlighted and elevated within that strategic work moving into next year. And after that, we had the commitment of the transition of the blue box and electrical equipment programs commentary up to the province. That was passed by council. The appointment of our new integrity commissioner also passed unanimously. And we also had the motion tonight about phasing out gas plants, more of a statement to the upper levels of government, to the provincial government more specifically, to make sure that we're looking for a cap on the megatons per year, 2.5 megatons, and also to try to phase out gas plants by 2030. And so that passed 12-1. I think only one councillor voted against that. We also had a real estate update on some of our assets that we own, and that includes both heritage buildings and some that are not heritage, but they're surplus or they're in need of repair. So we had a few motions on that, putting some up for sale, looking to do a sounding board kind of with the community on and anyone interested in some of these places. As well as some motions that were passed to look at more of a strategic plan and policy work around how we identify heritage buildings that we own that are assets but are not being used, and making sure that we're keeping up to date on the repairs and making sure that they're being taken care of, and that report will come back next year. Then we went on to, let's see here, folks. Thanks for sticking with me a little bit longer tonight. We had a discussion on 265 Crawley Road, which is out kind of in the industrial area in the south end. There is a house, an old farmhouse there, that has been on a site, and an owner owns that, but it's vacant. It's in an industrial area. Request was for it to be demolished, and so what that does is it triggers at the city under the Heritage Act from the province to look to designate it if it meets certain criteria, and staff are saying that it does meet the criteria, so we should designate it. Of course, the applicant was saying, you know, they don't want it to be designated like that. They're looking to try to find a different solution, and so council did approve to look to designate that, and it kind of starts the clock over a little while now for the owner and the city to look to see if there's any type of solutions for servicing. There was a motion on servicing, other options of reuse for that instead of demolition perhaps. So that passed as well of council. I'm just trying to make sure if there's anything else. Oh yeah, last thing, sorry, is there was accessory units or accessory dwellings also passed. This is a pretty big issue actually in Guelph. So, well, of course it's across the province. The government is allowing basically 3 units on one piece of property. So you could own a home, and that's the main dwelling, and you live there. And then you have a unit in the basement, and now you could also have a unit detached on the same property. So you could build like a tiny home in your backyard, or a garage with a loft above it, or an apartment above it, that kind of a thing. And so what we had to discuss tonight was, how big can they be? What's the setbacks allowed? How tall can they be? That kind of thing. And so that took a while for us to kind of figure out, but we figured it out. And so now we are allowing those in Guelph under those certain regulations. And so, yeah, check that out, because there could be some people that have talked to me anyways about, wanting their son or daughter or their aging parents or things like that to be able to live with them in like a tiny home or a detached structure in their backyard. And so that, I think, is going to be a really good thing, to be honest with you. Lots of people are looking at that. It also is an opportunity to help with affordability of like apartments. So instead of having just apartment buildings or basement apartments as the only option, you can now have these separate dwellings, these small little tiny homes available on yards or above a garage, things like that. So that's kind of interesting. I think it will work. I think it's going to take some time to see how many of them get built and what they're like and what the impacts are, but it had to be done. I'm glad for that. So that was it. That took me longer than my 2 minutes. It's now just over 6 minutes, so I'm sorry, but it was a long meeting. Now you're up to date. This is our last council meeting of the year, and so I just want to really thank everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you've enjoyed these videos I've been doing for the last couple months to keep you all up to speed. Today is also the day that we went into red level for fighting COVID together, so I really want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and Happy Holidays. I want to wish everyone nothing but the best of their health for you and your friends and family. And please try to support each other and our businesses in town and our nonprofits and charities. If you can, if you have the means to do that, it would be wonderful to do that. What a year. So thanks, everyone. I'll try to keep everyone up to date even between now and our next meeting in January. I'm still working in meetings all the time, but I'll try to keep everyone up to date as best that I can. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.